kind of hinted earlier about like addressing issues that maybe even didn't exist 5 years ago. Things like, security or managing data or large amounts of data. Now, how do you see that changing, particularly like, for instance, in security? You used to have a perimeter around your data center. And now, of course, some of it's in the cloud, some of it's on your data center, some of it's an API, some of it's a login to your Salesforce. You have people working at home, you have people working on the office. Let's just take that as a topic. How do you think security has changed, and how will that evolve over the next few years?
It's a big topic, especially these days in the wake of the SolarWinds hack. And I think so. I am a big advocate for open source in general, but in this case, I think two things that are happening in security. Of course, like this zero trust security approach is nothing new. People have been talking about for many years, but I think now finally we can realize the advantages of having a zero trust policy in your network. So don't rely just on private VNets or fenced off wall gardens for your security. And also, I think this SolarWinds example was really, I hope people will realize that closed source security doesn't make any sense, right? So, and I think in Kubernetes being one of the most popular open source projects, it's also one of the most secure because it's open source. And I hope now people realize that security is either open source or is not secure at all. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for a lot of companies to try to open up more about their source code and make sure that the process of security is also made in the open. The Kubernetes community is coming together, this SIG security. I mean, if you look at Kubernetes, there was a recent CVE that was a bit concerning about exposing hijacking traffic from a load balancer service.
Yeah,
sure, there is definitely something that is nothing is perfect. No system is perfect, but big, serious, zero-day vulnerability in Kubernetes haven't been, not much has been discovered in the last couple of years or something. So, and most of the problems with security in Kubernetes relates to the container runtime, which is another, kind of warm is a different thing than Kubernetes, but still, we need to think of security holistically. So all the stacks, all layers has to be secure. So from the container runtime up to the orchestrator, everything has to be secure. And I think Kubernetes community is doing a pretty good job to be both transparent and proactive in catching those flows. So
yeah, and that's always a balance too, right? Between security and being able to access it and do your business, right? That's always been the ultimate trade-off in security. It's like your house. You can definitely lock it up so that thieves can't get in, and then also you can't get in. Yeah. So and of course the complexity that microservices brings with it. Of course, it's a big theme.
The Linux Foundation recognized this. There's a new exam, of course. There's a new focus on security, and there's a huge ecosystem that was born out of this, right? So there is a lot of companies working on this, and it's good. It's good. It means that there is interest, and we can finally see focusing on the good problems, which is securing your workloads instead of just plumbing it together and put it together. So now really it's about scaling and scaling the security with your application. So.